Well, we got our camping spot reserved, and we are 13 miles from our destination.
We are very lucky that we got the spot.
Yeah, it looks like a winter wonderland right here, right now. It's can't wait. I'm feeling more relaxed now, obviously.
Yeah, we got a place that's full hookups.
And it hasn't been snowing on this road, so yeah, it's been a peaceful drive coming up 64 here.
Yeah.
About another 30 minutes though to get there. Looks like snow might be coming on the horizon. Okay, so the Grand Canyon was on our bucket list for the last, well, since we started traveling, you know, and RVing. We really, it was like one of our number one first goals that we wanted to get to. And we were going to do it last year, but due to some family illnesses and we had to postpone.
Yep. So we decided this year that we would make the journey over to see the Grand Canyon, and we're sure glad that we did do it because it was such a beautiful sight to see.
And we learned some interesting facts that we really never thought about before, how the Colorado River really carved all that out.
Yeah, we actually knew that the Colorado River had carved it out, but we didn't really know how it happened. Mm-hmm. And so really what it is that the Colorado River takes silt and other minerals with it,
rocks and boulders,
and it basically turns it into like liquid sandpaper. And so as the water is rushing down, it carves out all of that, the rocks and the land.
Yeah, what we learned was that the Colorado River is really carving it downward and not outward. It's the rain and the wind and all that kind of erosion that causes the widening of the canyon. And another thing that we learned too was that at its widest point, it's 18 miles wide. It's a mile deep. And what was it, like 277 miles long? It's it's quite grand. hence probably why they call it the Grand Canyon.
Right. Good morning, guys. So we got here at the Grand Canyon at about
1 o'clock,
and we were able to get out and go look at the Grand Canyon, but we didn't see anything because it was super duper snowy. They said that this is the most snow that the Grand Canyon has ever seen in a long time.
I guess, yeah.
And it was Christmas.
Yeah.
It was Christmas miracle. Wintry Christmas. So today we decided to try again, and
we woke up and it was sun shining.
Yep.
Luckily.
So we were able to get out there, and Nikki got to wear little snow boots and her little snow jacket, and oh my goodness, she got so much attention. I knew she would. People
were taking pictures with Nikki instead of the Grand Canyon.
I know. I was like, okay, this person came all this way to see the Grand Canyon, want a picture with Nikki. But anyway, it was beautiful. We were actually very surprised that down into the canyon there really wasn't a lot of snow at all. It had all melted, or maybe it never stuck. I don't know, but
the snow was really only on the top portion of the rim.
Yeah, beautiful sight to see, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, and just ended up seeing some elk.
Yep.
Going through our campsite, so that was really cool.
I just had a feeling that we probably would not see any, but little did I know, they were right there.
Yeah, when you're not expecting it. We were just getting ready to head out. We're heading out of the park for a little bit here to get something to eat and maybe gas up the truck, get it full, and maybe go down and check out this Flintstones RV park. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's really no service at all here.
We were wanting
to be at touch base with family, and really very few spots can you call out. So we're going to try to maybe make some phone calls and...
Yeah, and we'll check in later.
All right. So as we were driving up Arizona, Route 64 to the Grand Canyon, we noticed this really cool place off to our left. It was called Bedrock City.
Yeah, I'd actually showed it to Alli on a fellow YouTuber's channel where he had went there and he was talking about how it was up for sale and that he was hoping that somebody would buy it and keep it open. I had no idea that it was on the route up to Grand Canyon though. We were surprised when we seen it on Route 64.
Yeah, so the day after Christmas we decided to head out of the Grand Canyon for a little while and take the 20-mile trip back to check it out. And so we went out first of all, and when we were talking to the lady in there, she said that we could bring our dog in. She saw that we had a dog, and so we did.
Yeah, the lady that was working the counter, we found out, actually Alli found out when I was going back out to get Nikki that she is the niece of the new owner, and that she found out a few other interesting facts.
Yeah, it was originally built in 1972, and that there's also a sister park in South Dakota. It's actually on the way to Mount Rushmore. And it opened in 1966, but later ended up closing in 2015.
We learned that Francis Speckles was hired and commissioned to build the park in Arizona, like the one in South Dakota. And he died, from what we understand, about 20 years ago, and his wife kept it going and until recently when she put it up for sale.
Yeah, so his niece said he wanted to buy this park for a long time, and they are actually now renovating it. They're going to call it Raptor Ranch.
Yeah, and the new owner's name was Troy Morris, and we met him as we were finishing up our tour of the outside. We met him, talked to him and the niece again, and a few of the workers that were there doing some construction that day.
Yeah, they were all really super nice people.
Super nice people, yep.
And we're actually thinking if we ever go back, we would love to try it out and see what it
has become.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But it was cool to say that we got to see it while it was still Bedrock City, and that even though it was in a somewhat, kind of dilapidated state, it was really a neat experience.
It's still historical, so.
So if you're in the area and you're going to the Grand Canyon, be on the lookout.
For Raptor Ranch now.
Yeah, it's going to be Raptor Ranch, I think, in the spring, and they're reopening the RV park that's associated there with it. That would be a cool place to stay.
Yes, it would.
And tell them Alli Chuck Adventures sent you if you go.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, tell them that Nikki, the dog with the boots on, they'll remember that.
Yes.
Okay. It's the barbershop. Here's Wilma. Oh, look at the eggs.
Oh my gosh.
Big old eggs. Watermelon.
You gonna cook for us? Okay, cook.
Ooh. What'd you think of it, Nikki? What'd you think?
Absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the Grand Canyon, but this, just the water.
Yeah.
And the shape of it was so cool.
Yeah.
And
so much bigger in person than what it looks like on videos that we saw on pictures.
Yeah. And it was a lot more milder here.
Oh yeah.
No snow.
Yeah. A lot more comfortable. They do charge $10 a vehicle
Yeah.
to park here. but well worth it.
Of course.
So we're gonna head back and get some lunch and try to get back to the campground before dark, which is probably gonna be near impossible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the quarter-mile hike, or three-quarter-mile hike out. We are hooked up. We are starting to pull out of the village. What do they call this again?
Trailer
Village.
Trailer Village RV
Park here in Grand Canyon. Yeah, we had a great trip here to the Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend.
Yep, it was definitely a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
And I think with the snow on top of it just made it so much more majestic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now we just got to navigate these ice roads inside the park here. Once we get outside of the park, the road should clear up a little bit.
Yep.
They were spreading some salt this morning, which hopefully that helps a little. But never really driven and pulled a trailer in icy conditions like this.
Yeah.
So I definitely got my four-wheel drive going. And the sun's coming out now, and you can see that it is melting the roads a little bit here, which is good. So we got about 2.5 hours, and we're going to head down to Cottonwood, Arizona, and stay at the Dead Horse State Park there. So, all in all, my thoughts on the Grand Canyon were pretty much what I expected. Horseshoe Bend was more than I expected, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I got more of a pit in my stomach standing looking at Horseshoe Canyon than I did looking over the Grand Canyon. Now, I don't know if that was because we were so cold that it was hard to
focus on.
Yeah, it's hard to just enjoy the moment, or if it was because the Grand Canyon is just so
overwhelmingly beautiful that it's just like it takes your breath away.
Well, that and it's so big and it's so wide that you really can't get a feel for the depth perception of it. As like when we were standing at Horseshoe Canyon, you could see the boats down there, so you have a frame of reference of how far down that is.
Right.
And it was just like, whoo! It made that pit in your
I
stomach.
definitely want to come back here in the fall.
I would just like to come back here when it's a little warmer, and we could explore some of the trails more.
They had so many roads closed.
Yeah, the Desert View 64 was closed, so we weren't able to take that scenic route.
You had the west and the east rim closed. You had the north rim closed.
Yeah.
So the only thing we could see was from the south rim, and
basically around Mather Point and just a little bit on the Desert View Road they had opened.
But I mean, we still enjoyed it. I'm not saying we didn't. It's just that I would like to be able to see more of it.
Right.
And so I think if we came back in the fall, like around, I think part of it closes in October 15th is the cutoff. So I think maybe like that first week in October would be awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to come back and see everything, and it would be cool enough. You wouldn't be so hot in the summer.
Yeah. This is true.
You know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And we visited the visitor center this morning, and we also checked out the Geological Museum yesterday, which was really cool. And it was really nice that they have like a really cool general store right here next to the camping and next to the lodges and all this stuff.
A grocery store, and
it really wasn't all that expensive. I expected them to kind of gouge on prices, but the price for groceries was not bad at all.
Yeah, and they had like a whole hiking section too. So like if you needed coats or anything that you would need for hiking, that had a whole section for that.
It wasn't bad at all.
And then, of course, they had the souvenir side where you could get all the Grand Canyon souvenirs that you wanted.
Yeah, and that wasn't really all that expensive.
Yeah,
they had some stuff.
I got playing cards, deck of cards, and keychain for our keychain holder, and
a couple T-shirts.
Yeah,
T-shirts were that we picked up that
were the cheapest ones, but honestly, they were the ones I liked the best, anyways.
They were nice. I liked them, and have to say that it was definitely a winter wonderland while we were here.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
we really enjoyed that part of it, and I'm so glad and thankful this morning that the roads are better than what they were last night when we were coming back from Horseshoe Bend. I was a little nervous last night.
And I think in the Sedona area, I think it snowed yesterday where we're going, but it's supposed to be done with that now.
And it's supposed to be warmer down there, so we should have a little bit warmer temperatures for hiking and everything. All right, so if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow us on our journey.
And ring that bell notification so you can see when we put up a new video.
Yep, and drop this video a like if you found it entertaining or informational.
Yep.
We will see you next week in Sedona.
All right, peace.